Se ve muy tranquilo el puerto. No sé si debiera haber más actividad.
Just the manufacturing process goes on over there, but if you look real close, they are made, the vision came from here.
It's gonna make living harder as like a future adult in America.
As a Mao Zedong, an Adolf Hitler, a Stalin, he could lock me up for this video right now.
Trump is just a puppet. He's a puppet of the big guys.
Bueno, se han cumplido 100 días, oficialmente 100 días desde que tomó posesión como presidente de los Estados Unidos el señor Donald Trump. Y en este canal se ha documentado desde el día 1, recolectando todo tipo de entrevistas y opiniones, desde la alza de precios, el terror a las deportaciones, las protestas en contra, y ahora son 100 días. ¿Qué piensa la gente a 100 días de Donald Trump?
Well, since I'm not like legally an adult yet, I'm not really into the whole politics, but after everything I saw, I'd say it's a bad future for us. Hearing about all like the tariffs and like the taxes, I just feel like it's gonna make living harder as like a future adult in America.
Do you feel you're already struggling with prices?
Not really, not as right now. I just feel like it would have been better if we didn't have like a convicted felon as our president.
There's rumors that he wanted to run for president in the future, so would you vote for him?
Probably not, no.
I mean, I haven't really noticed just around me a big difference, but from what I've heard, I can tell that it's kind of not doing that good.
I don't know much about politics, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people seem not very happy with him. I haven't seen much of a change for my daily life, unfortunately.
So any thoughts on Donald Trump?
He's a very controversial person.
We are totally against him.
Where are you guys from?
From Tehran.
Iran, the worst one. We live in London, in fact. We are citizens there, but every now and then we visit.
As an ordinary person, it's not going to get anywhere. The governments, they got all the on the table dealings. Whatever we say, it doesn't count.
It doesn't make a change. It's all about who pays more, who gives more.
Trump is just a puppet. He's a puppet of the big guys, the multi.
Whoever leads the money,
financial market.
Somehow every ruler has to be flexible with the money.
With the top guys that they are involved in the financial field, you know.
How do people perceive Trump in England?
No, they think he's a crazy man.
They hate him in England. English people, they hate him.
I'm a Trump pro, she's an anti-Trump actually. So we both the same. I love Trump, his craziness.
As an example, for me, it was really funny when he wanted to change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. This doesn't make sense. It's been there, I don't know, since 1,000 years. At least he has a character. Like our Boris Johnson in England, he has a character, you know.
But he was almost the same as Trump, and he loved Trump because he was the same person. He had the same personality.
Y la razón por la cual me encuentro en Long Beach es porque aquí se encuentran los dos puertos más grandes de California, el puerto de Los Ángeles y el puerto de Long Beach. Y no solamente son los puertos más grandes de California, sino de todo Estados Unidos. Y de hecho, uno de los más grandes del mundo. Y aquí es a donde llegan las exportaciones desde China. Y muchas personas en redes sociales han asegurado que estos puertos en estos momentos no tienen nada de movimiento.
California ports,
one of our busiest ports. Nobody's there.
LA and Seattle are empty.
No ships pulling in, no shipments going out.
De ser así, esto es preocupante porque podría significar no solamente el alza de precios, sino la escasez del producto. Bueno, solamente hay una forma de averiguarlo. Me lancé entonces a ver el puerto. No se puede entrar, obviamente, porque yo no trabajo ahí, pero sí se puede ver a través del coche. Y eso fue exactamente lo que hice. Y vacío de contenedores no estaba. Pero la misión era esta, buscar barcos. ¿Había barcos? Pasando la primera parte no se veía nada. Pasando la segunda parte tampoco se veía nada. Este puente la verdad está padrísimo, pero seguía sin ver ningún barco. Si ustedes en el video logran ver uno que se me haya pasado, avísenme. Pero de momento no he visto nada. Ok, fue hasta esta tercera parte donde ya vi uno. Ahí, chiquitito, escondido, hay uno. Está como estacionado, completamente vacío y no sé si sea un barco de los que estoy buscando, pero... y este. Este sí está grande, este sí está lleno de mercancía, este está lleno de contenedores. Sí es como el tipo de barcos que estoy buscando. 1. De ahí solamente contenedores, muy poco movimiento, solamente un barco. Llegando a la parte de abajo donde se alcanza a ver más claro el puerto, tampoco había ningún barco. Solo ese. Solo uno.
And what's your YouTube name, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it's QueFishTV. Quiero hacer esta pausa rápidamente para pedirte que si aún no te has suscrito a este canal y te está gustando todo el contenido que has visto, no tengas miedo, suscríbete, es completamente gratis y la verdad es que si te suscribes, no solamente nos ayudas a que crezca el canal, sino que nos ayudas a rankear más alto y a que más personas tomen en serio este trabajo. Estos reportajes se hacen con muchísimo cariño para todos ustedes y son completamente gratis. Así que si te ha gustado lo que has visto, no dudes en suscribirte al canal. Muchísimas gracias por tu apoyo. Where are you guys from?
Switzerland.
How are you liking the US?
It's great. Yeah, it's
So when you guys came here, was there any trouble on the airport, on security?
no, not at all. No, it was all good. Yeah. Not like before. I thought it was worse before. So actually,
Oh, really?
yeah, we thought it's gonna be worse this time because of the Trump administration, but it was okay. It was easy. Yeah.
How do people perceive Trump in Switzerland?
Most of them don't like him. Yeah, I think so. But maybe they are more for Kamala Harris. But I didn't like both of them. For such a big country as America is, there should be better candidates, I think. So both sides didn't do a great job.
How can we prove that that's a Trump thing versus a gouge and greed thing? How can we prove the difference? If he's firing all these federal workers, then that would compensate for higher prices because they would have more money to spend or save or put in other areas than so-called wasteful spending. And people are taking it on their own account to be greedy and want to just make prices go higher because, like eggs, why are eggs now coming down?
Chickens were sick.
Okay, yeah, but the chicken price did not go up. If they had to kill all these chickens, that would have made the chickens themselves also. Why did chickens price not go up?
Yeah, but hens and chickens are a different breed.
How does that work? The chickens make the egg.
So what about the border crisis?
The border crisis, immigration is what it is. What would make you fearful of deportation?
They deported someone who was a resident. They sent them to El Salvador.
Well, that's probably one case. Okay. But then if you consider, in my opinion, if you consider how many undocumented people that are around, okay, the most people I talk to that's El Salvadorian, they don't like Mexican. So, El Salvadorians and Mexicans, they don't seem to get along very well. Really? Go to a soccer game and you'll see it. I'm happy with the tariff part. I'm happy with that. That's cool. I'm like, yeah, stand up, motherfucker. Because that's essential for this country to be independent. We're paying outside countries too much to host their goods for you and I. So with that, the countries took advantage of the outsourcing, and now we're paying for our design that's just made outside of the country. There's a lot of stuff that's made in China and Canada is from designers of America. It's just the manufacturing process goes on over there. But if you look real closely or you do some research on a lot of those products, they are made, the vision came from here.
Ok, este es el único barco que está MSC Alguero. Es el único. El único que se alcanza a ver desde aquí y el único que alcancé a ver mientras cruzaba. Tal vez hay otros que no haya alcanzado a ver, pero todo lo demás se ve bastante tranquilo. Se ve muy tranquilo el puerto. La verdad no sé si debiera haber más actividad, más movimiento. Lo veo muy tranquilo. Aquí hay una placa de Puerto de Los Ángeles.
I think he's terrible. I'm not happy with it in any way, shape, or form. I'm even more pissed off, not at Donald Trump, but at the Democratic Party for allowing it to happen.
Has that affect you personally?
Yeah, it's affected mostly my family back home because I come from like a rural place back in Georgia. So there was a lot of like closing of US aid, shut down a lot of the farming subsidies that people get. Like a lot of farmers are saying that they can't make it properly, and that's That's caused problems throughout the community. In my own family, that's caused issues with like the business that we were running. It's a rough situation that's not going to get better until either he's out or some sort of pressure is put on him to actually fix the shit that he's now fucked up. The tariffs are the worst idea. Whenever you try to throw tariffs out just to magically create a manufacturing industry inside of the country, that manufacturing industry, it's gonna take 10 years for factories to be built. Like, we don't have the manufacturing capacity to catch up with what we're importing. The Democratic Party would have been a better option than what we have here. The reason why we have gotten into this position is they don't do enough. The solution to this is policies that actually change people's material conditions, like healthcare for all, more reforms on work, and fixing the wealth inequality in this country.
Pues me parece que es una como tragedia, porque la verdad, pues mucha gente hispana como nosotros, como que corremos el riesgo, más que uno residente acá, también corre el riesgo de regresar. Lo único que puedo hacer es que nos apoyemos entre todos nosotros los latinos. Ha sido un poquito triste. He tenido gente conocida que se ha autodeportado porque no se sentían cómodos y no querían que esa persecución. Y pues es triste de que personas que tú le has tomado precios se estén yendo, regresándose a sus países.
¿Tienes alguna opinión personal del presidente?
Sí, con todo eso de aranceles, la verdad está mal. Y pues espero que todo cambie y que recapacite y que diga, ok, ¿sabes qué? Mejor me calmo, no puedo con ellos, porque somos tantos los latinos que vivimos en este país que yo creo que Estados Unidos no puede ser un poquito nada con nosotros, con este sabor latino que tenemos acá. Ya tengo casi toda mi vida, tengo desde los 5 años.
¿Qué opinas del sueño americano?
Creo que ya no es el sueño americano, es el sueño mexicano o el de cada quien en su país. Lo único que detiene aquí a muchos es la economía, porque es otro nivel, pero la verdad, estar en cada quien en su país es lo más lindo. Yo quiero conocer todo México, quiero conocer también Guatemala, que soy de Guatemala, pero ya no es el sueño americano, no creo yo. La verdad, yo...
I never thought it would be this bad. In fact, I thought it was going to be this bad. But now that it's happening, it's worse than I ever imagined. He is the same personality type as a Mao Zedong, a Pol Pot, an Adolf Hitler, a Stalin. There's a personality type. It's almost like they went to school together. And he's a total fascist, and he is methodically with his buddies from 2025, because there's a lot of people behind him, giving him his direction. He's the front man. They basically want to make this country into Christian theocracy. Do a little research about 2025. The author of that, he's turning our Democratic Republic into a Soviet Union kleptocracy. You know how you succeed in a kleptocracy? It's who could lie the best, who could steal the most. So the best thieves, the best liars, the best criminals, that's the future of America on Trump. And I'm terrified for the future of my country. I have a daughter. I don't want to live here anymore. I live in fear of everything he's doing.
Do you think there's any hope?
I never really was that religious, but I pray every day. He's a gangster. He could intimidate the richest people in the world. The common person doesn't stand a chance. You know who's an enemy? Anybody who disagrees with him. He could lock me up for this video right now.
It's not going to happen. Fingers crossed.
He could lock me up because I'm expressing what I thought was my freedom to speak. I'm sad for America. And I live well. I live in a penthouse apartment right across the street. So it's not like I'm economically disadvantaged. I did succeed here. But I may be the last generation who lived the American dream.
So you would consider yourself one of the privileged ones?
Oh yeah, I'm upper class.
So what is that you do for a living?
Well, I'm retired. I built commercial lofts in New York City, so I know how to play the game. I know business. I'm sophisticated enough to know how to succeed in New York City. Lived most of my life there. And so I just retired out here, but I'm going to leave. I'm leaving. I could live anywhere in the world. I don't want to be here anymore. I love this country, so it's a very difficult decision. I love it here.
So where do you think things went wrong?
I'll tell you, the Democrats opened the door for him. That's how stupid the Democratic Party and inept is to me. So it started with Clinton. He couldn't keep his pants up. We had everything. That was the first, leak. Obama, what happened in Syria. He declared a red line and then forgot about it, and we lost prestige. We lost power. So Biden was the last nail in the coffin. That senile old man didn't know when to get off the stage, and he didn't allow the democratic process to run its course. He handpicked a successor, and he was 100% wrong. Failure after failure after failure. So how do we get here? Very simple. The Democrats opened up the door, paved the way, and said, please come on in. That's how we got Trump.
Today, it's 100 days of Donald Trump as president. Do you have any thoughts about it?
I actually don't really mind. It doesn't affect me. I don't like him or dislike him. Yeah, I still gotta pay taxes. I still gotta work. He's a billionaire. I'm not. So I think he's a great guy. I think he's a very smart guy. I do think he should have a little bit more mercy on undocumented people. As an immigrant myself.
Where are you from?
Guatemala.
How long have you been living in the US?
7 years.
Do you still believe in the American dream?
Kind of. Yeah, I believe that everybody has different, it means something different for everybody. For me, I thought that it was just to come to the US, but no, it's more than that. It's actually, you gotta hustle. You gotta work, you gotta hustle. Like I said, Trump he's a very smart person, but I can say that me being an immigrant doesn't affect me in my everyday life. By that I mean because I've had plenty of companies and I'm not an American. I'm not a US citizen, but it doesn't hold me back to do great things.
Mientras algunas personas están bastante preocupadas, otras se ven más confiadas, otras no tienen idea de lo que está pasando. Yo en lo personal me siento muy agradecida por todo el apoyo de ustedes. Muchas noticias, muchos rumores, pero cualquier cosa ya saben que yo les paso el dato. Como siempre, quiero aprovechar para agradecerles por todo su apoyo, a la gente que deja sus comentarios, que se suscribe, que pasa el video a sus amigos. Muchísimas gracias, gracias por apoyar este canal. De verdad nos ayudan muchísimo si se suscriben para que más personas puedan estar al tanto y más personas puedan ver estos pequeños reportajes. Muchísimas gracias, les mando un fuerte abrazo. Soy Suri y nos vemos en el próximo video.